Hi guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to Femhead. Today I want to talk through some baby items that I didn't buy, baby items that I didn't buy right away, ones that I ended up getting, and some of my favorite baby items that we've gotten so far. So the first thing I want to say is if you're pregnant and looking to pick up some baby items, I highly recommend reaching out to any mom friends you have, siblings that have kids, and ask to borrow things like the play mats, play centers, swings, bouncers, like those big clunky items that once they grow out of, you have to then store somewhere. It's a lot easier to borrow them from someone. The same with like clothes and that sort of stuff. It's so nice to be able to borrow that stuff and then give it back when you're done. Also check out thrift stores, secondhand shops. I get most of Theo's clothes and that sort of stuff now that I'm buying some from secondhand stores. And I went to Baby Gap one time and I was looking at sleepers and they're like 20 bucks. And I was like, this baby is not gonna, I won't even spend 20 bucks on myself for like pajamas. I'm not gonna spend 20 bucks on baby stuff. And I see things like rompers and onesies and that sort of thing that are $40. And I'm like, in what world? I am not a Kardashian. I'm not gonna spend that much. So anyways, see if there's stuff you can borrow or try to get stuff secondhand. So I wanna start with the category what I wasn't going to buy and ended up buying either like right before he got here or right when he got here. So at first, sleeping wise, I thought he would just sleep in his crib and I thought he would sleep in his own room. I know it's recommended that they're in your room for 6 to 12 months. My sister kept my nephew in his own room from the day they brought him home from the hospital, and their room was right next to his room. So it's like you could hear anything, and that's the same setup in our house right now. He would have been further away if we still live in our apartment, but he's actually closer now that we're in our house. At some point, probably in the last trimester or so, we decided, yeah, we want to keep him in our room, and I'm really happy with that decision. It made me feel much more comfortable. It was much more convenient having him right next to me for like breastfeeding and that sort of stuff. I had already put together the crib and taken it down and put it back together, and so I really didn't want to take it down and put it back together to get it into our room because it couldn't fit through the doorways. And I also knew that at some point I wanted him to start napping in his nursery to make the transition into there smoother, and I'm very happy with that decision. So I wanted some sort of like bassinet, side sleeper, something or another, but I also didn't want to break the bank, and those things are expensive. They're like $100 if not more, and that's like the price of a crib. So I was trying to find something with multiple uses. I knew we were going to get a travel crib because we travel a lot. I wanted something that he was used to like sleeping in, and it wasn't a weird hotel crib or Airbnb pack and play. I wanted him to kind of like have his own space, and you never know like how well those things are cleaned and whatever. So I knew we wanted a good travel crib, and I knew the travel crib we wanted was the Guava Lotus. It's a bit pricey, but it's super compact and easy to travel with, and convenience won out. We knew we were going to get that one eventually, and I thought, what the heck, let's just get that one now because it has a bassinet attachment that you can also purchase, which is the same price as like a bassinet. It was $100. It was nice that we could then pack that bassinet up and take it with us, and we did. We took it so many different places, and it was just so convenient and nice to just pop open and have. I didn't want an infant car seat, and I just got a convertible car seat that could go from like 5 pounds to like 30, 40 pounds or whatever, you know, to a booster seat. And that was going to be his car seat. That's the car seat we took to the hospital. And then when we were at the hospital, they were like, do you have your car seat? We need to like make sure it fits and everything, because most people have the infant car seat that you can just take up to the room. The nurses will check that he fits and then you can go on your way. But I was like, we have a convertible car seat and like it fits him, but you know, it was, you know, August and it was 80 something degrees. It was super hot. We have this fragile little like limp newborn baby trying to get him into this car seat, into this hot car. And it was a rental car because someone had ran into our car the week before. It was a whole thing. And so Michael's like, we are getting an infant car seat. And so I ordered one as soon as we got home, and it was a good purchase, and I'm really happy we got it. And it was much more convenient to travel with because it was smaller, and it was just nice, especially in the winter, to just tote him around. So if you want an infant car seat, get an infant car seat. When I started putting him in his nursery and his crib for his naps and not just letting him nap next to me or while I was holding him or wearing him, I knew I wanted some way to like keep an eye on him, to help me like listen for him, because you hear phantom baby cries and sounds, and then you're like, is that him? Is he crying? Do I need to go? But I don't want to wake him up if he's still sleeping. We ended up getting a baby monitor, and I absolutely love it. It's actually right here. I don't know if you can see without the glare of the light. That's baby boy right here. And I love it. It's so nice because if now that it's warmer out, we were in the backyard working on a fence that blew over and he was napping. And I was able to take this out there, just turn the sound all the way up, and I could hear when he started crying and not have to worry about like, is he gonna be in there screaming for 15 minutes and not being able to hear him. Also, when you're sleep training, if you choose to do that, it's really nice to have a monitor to just sit there and watch them or not watch them. So if they really start screaming, you can make sure like, okay, his leg's not stuck in the crib bars, you know, nothing's wrong with him, he's fine, he's just upset. When you first come home, you kind of go to sleep when the baby goes to sleep at like 7 or whatever. I would be like, peace out, Michael, I'm going to bed because who knows what's gonna happen tonight. But once you start putting the baby to bed and then staying up after them when they start sleeping longer or whatever, it's nice to, once again, keep an eye on them. The next section is things that I didn't buy. So the first thing I didn't buy was burp cloths. Babies spit up a lot, so you definitely need something. And right now we just use like the most random stuff. We'll use washcloths, dish towels, dirty clothes, like there's so much spit up. But some people like to have the nice little burp cloth. We just use pre-folds. We cloth diapers, so we have lots of pre-folds. Never got birth cloths. In baby bathtub, I've always been in the mindset like I don't want a bunch of like baby stuff that he only uses for such a small amount of time, and then it's this big clunky thing we have to store somewhere until the next baby. And I knew he would just use it for such a short amount of time, so I got a foam pad mat thing that we could lay him down on in the bathtub. We ended up just honestly taking a bath with him because that was just so much easier than trying to like hunch over, and it was just like a really nice bonding thing to just like take a sudsy little bath with your baby. So we didn't get baby washcloths, we didn't get baby towels. We were gifted some baby towels, but something about, I don't know if it's terry cloth or whatever that material is that like the baby washcloths and towels are made out of, even if you don't have dry fingers, it catches, and oh, I don't like that feeling. And you get a lot more bang for your buck with just giant adult-sized towels, so we just use those and wrap them up. For washcloths, we use cloth wipes that we use, blankets and swaddles. I'm not saying don't buy these, but you're going to be gifted these, so wait until you have like your baby shower. We got so many blankets and swaddles, which is so nice because like we use them. But I'm so glad I didn't buy any because we have abundant amount of blankets and swaddles. Like I told people like we don't need any clothes. We've got so many clothes for my sister, and people just gave blankets. A crib mobile, whatever you want to call it, the thing that hangs over the crib. We didn't get one of those. I almost made him one for above his change table. I didn't really want anything to like distract him while he's trying to go to sleep. I just wanted him to be like, yo, I'm in my crib, I need to go to sleep, and he does. A wipe warmer. I thought about this one because I saw that you could do it with cloth wipes, but then I was like, in my research, people are like, why would you get a wipe warmer for at home? Because when you're out and about, your baby's still gonna have to have cold wipes. And now he's not even fazed by cold wipes, and I'm glad that I never got a wipe warmer. I was also worried about my wipes molding, so another reason I need to get one. A change table. So you can get a actual just change table, and its sole purpose is for changing your baby. It has like shelves or compartments to like store the diapers and everything in. Didn't get one of those. I think the more current thing that people do is they get the change pad and put it on the dresser. That's what you see everywhere, and that's what we did. We borrowed my sister's change pad and put that on his dresser, and it works great. We used it a lot more when he was a newborn, to be honest, and I just change him wherever and whenever, usually on our bed, on the floor, down in the living room. I find it so much easier to change him, you know, on our bed or on the floor than on the change table. So this next section is things that you don't need to buy or you don't need to buy right away. Newborn outfits, so cute. Little tiny baby clothes are so cute, but get zip up jammies. That's my recommendation, especially for when they're little itty bitty. Like just get zip up jammies. You can get like a few outfits, but honestly, like you're not going to want to waste your time trying to get them dressed up every single day when they're like itty bitty. And it's so much easier for like all those diaper changes if they're in jammies than if they're in like little outfits where you have to take off 12 million layers. Those little baby mittens, either just use socks or get a nail file, which is in my must-haves, so we'll talk about that later. I find that those mittens are just, he wore them maybe once and I was like, this is dumb. Nail clipper and nail file. Trying to clip their itty bitty little nails, especially when they're newborns. My sister came over to try to help and she clipped his skin because the skin is like attached to the nails, and his little finger bled. It made me feel so bad. And those little flimsy baby files, it takes 12 years. I have to file Theo's nails like twice a week because he has talons, like bird talons. I have a scratch on my face right now from him. And so I got an electric file, which is one of my must-haves, which I'll talk about, but just skip the clippers and like flimsy little files. Oh, it's so frustrating. A crib set. You see all sorts of like cute like crib things like quilts, bumpers, blankets, pillows, you know, stuffed animals. You're not supposed to have anything in the crib. You're not really supposed to use bumpers. Just get a sheet, get a waterproof mattress pad, and call it a day. Toys. When they're a baby, they don't really play. They just lay there, and you can get toys as they get older, and everyone is going to get you toys, so you don't need to buy any yourself. 4 different strollers. There definitely is a purpose to having different strollers, but before you have the baby, you don't know what you want, so just get like your solid good one stroller that you're going to use, and then as they grow and you realize that you need a more compact travel stroller, then you can get that. Once we can start traveling again, I think we're gonna get a more compact travel stroller because I love our stroller right now, but it's really bulky to travel with, and I don't want a flimsy little umbrella stroller. I want just a smaller one that can fold up really small, but that I can also lay down so he can sleep in, also has a sunshade, all that good stuff. There's so many strollers you can get, but just wait. You might not need it. A formula dispenser / bottle maker. I know some people really like these, but I didn't get one, and I don't regret it. I don't feel like I need it. I don't feel like that would make my job any easier, but some people I'm sure swear by it. Another thing I discovered that is a thing is a baby food blender. So when your baby starts eating food, a lot of people do purees, and some people make their own purees. You can just use the blender you have or the food processor you have. Like, I did not know that baby food blenders were a thing, but I don't think you need one. Baby bowls and plates. When they first start eating, you're not gonna give them their own plate and bowl. Like, you're either gonna put it on their tray or you're gonna feed them from a spoon. I just use our own bowls right now, and once he gets old enough to where he's eating out of like plates and stuff, I'll get him that, but he's just not there yet. Ooh, a ton of like teethers and pacifiers and all that stuff. Some babies just don't like them. Theo's never really taken to a pacifier. My sister lent me a bunch of pacifiers. I got him a couple pacifiers. I got him a couple expensive pacifiers because I thought they were cuter than the other ones. Took him for a little bit, but he doesn't really do pacifiers. And the same with like teethers. He's been like chewing and drooling since he was like 2 months old. I got him like a little carrot teether. He has that Sophie giraffe thing. Everything's a teether to him, so you don't need to get anything special. He'll chew on anything. He chews on me. I don't know if you can see it. I have a bruise somewhere down here from him chewing on me. Ooh, a ton of bottles. You might not use them, or you might use them, and you don't know what kind of bottle your baby is going to take to, so don't buy 10 in one style. Just get like 1 or 2 and see if they'll even take to them. I got the Komotamo bottles because he did all this research of like what the best bottle is for a breastfed baby, and that was like so many people recommended that, so many people swore by it, and he wouldn't take it. I ended up finding that he likes the Dr. Brown's bottles, but I bought like 1 bottle at a time, so I didn't waste a bunch of money because those are expensive. He's waking up, so I gotta go. A special bathtub rinse cup. I didn't even know this was a thing, and like me and my friends send back and forth ridiculous things. Just use a cup from your kitchen, like an old cup, or like you don't need, I don't know, you don't need one. Safety gear. Yes, you need safety gear, but wait to see what you need. They might not be interested in certain things. You don't need to bumper everything, and just buy it as it goes. I'm gonna go get him because he's awake. Okay, back to safety gear. We just bought a baby gate for the stairs that go down to the basement because we're on the main level most with him, and that was the one I was most concerned about. I got some of the outlet plugs because he was trying to stick his fingers in those. Furniture straps because this mirror back here, he likes to look at himself in it and he likes to like pound on it, and I'm really afraid of it falling down on him. And the same with the dressers. I want to strap those because if you start crawling up the drawers, it will fall over. My holy grail must-have items that I have experienced. Everyone is different. Also, if you hear a sweet little baby over here, he's playing with his books. Yes. Hi, Bubba. I love you. An electric nail file. There's a few different ones on Amazon, but essentially they have different file paths depending on how delicate their nails are, and it's so easy to just turn it on. You go zip, 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 and it's so much quicker. I don't know about other people, but like I said, I file his nails like once or twice a week, and I would go mad if I had to use that little tiny file. Be careful, please. Zipper jammies. Theo mostly lives in zipper jammies. Now that it's getting warmer, I'll actually like put him in clothes. But throughout the winter, he was just in zipper jammies. It's just so much easier. Don't get snap jammies. A sound machine. I love our sound machine. It's so nice because I got a portable one. Take it if you're going shopping and they're taking a nap. You can take it if they need a nap in the car. You can take it if they need a nap at grandma's house. And it helps just create this safe, similar environment for them. And when they're a newborn, they just came from being 9 months in the womb. The sound of the blood rushing through the placenta is like a vacuum cleaner, and it's that 24/7. So they're used to being very snug, very warm, and having that sound and also moving. Ew, he just puked. Let me go get something gross. A high chair booster seat now that he is old enough to be eating solids, and starting around like 4 months. I got it for him around Christmas because he really wanted to sit up, but he couldn't sit up on his own and he would like fall over. So I wanted to get him something that he was like safe and stable in. We got a high chair like booster seat instead of like a full-on high chair, because you can attach that to any chair, have it on its own. It's really portable and easy to take with you. Going to grandma's house. Silicone bibs. Get the silicone bibs that have the little tray down here. And it's amazing how much food this catches, and everything that this catches doesn't go into his lap or into his high chair. Don't get a fabric high chair or a high chair that has fabric on it, because it's just gonna get disgusting. The Medela hand pump, when I had to exclusively pump for him, it was just so easy. When you're out and about, or if you're traveling, then trying to like find an outlet and plug in, and you're stuck there and you have to wait till certain times so you can pump because you need an outlet or you need to be in a certain place. Like, that thing is so compact and easy. You can just throw it in your bag. You can pump under a blanket. So easy. Ooh, a booger sucker. So many people swear by the nose Frida. I can't do it. And Michael definitely wasn't gonna do it. I gagged every single time, and I got an electric booger sucker, and best purchase ever. I mean, one of many best purchases ever. Books. He loves books. We read books before nap time, before bedtime. He loves playing with them. He's playing with books over in the corner right now. He loves being read to. I think it's really important to read to your children. So yeah, books are a must-have. We need to get you more Dr. Seuss books because I like reading those. You're cute. Ooh, a good swaddle and sleep sack. I really liked the Ollie swaddle. It's a bit more expensive, but I mean, when they get a bit stronger as a newborn, they can break out of swaddles, and he can't break out of that one, and it's super snug and flexible and breathable. So it was good for warmer weather. And then yeah, just a sleep sack, because you don't want to put a blanket or anything into their crib with them. But especially in the winter, his room is the coldest and the hottest room. The coldest room in the winter and the hottest room in the summer. So we needed a sleep sack in the winter to keep him warm. Some sort of like carrier wrap for when they're little and they want to be held. And it's also really nice for like traveling. If they need to like nap on the go, it's so much easier for me to get him to nap in the carrier than try to like get him down, I don't know, and like sleep on like a bench or on the floor or whatever. I just find that carriers are really nice, especially for traveling. We were given an Ergo Baby, like the structured carrier. Love it, recommend it. I bought the Solly wrap, which is a wrap. Ooh, and I really like that one, especially when he's a newborn. My sister lent me her sling carrier, which also really liked. That one's good for travel when he was little, because it was much easier to throw on than try to like do the wrap on an airplane or something and have the little tails drag everywhere. So I like that one. And the final holy grail must-have item is taking care of babies. Even just go follow her Instagram and read her blog posts. But I took all of her courses and cannot recommend them enough. They're the reason that he is sleeping through the night. I think the reason he was such a good sleeper when he was a newborn. And we went through some stuff when he like got sick and his sleep regression, like, everyone goes through that, but those were just so helpful, and I feel like it just set him up with some like really good sleep foundations. He does good with naps, he does good with sleeping through the night, except for when like, you know, he's going through like a little bit of a regression, which is fine. 4 months, he just is getting through his 8-month one right now. So those are kind of my don't need to buy, what I ended up buying, things you can wait on, my must-haves, all that sort of stuff. The stuff that I actually recommend, I'll link it all down below. That's kind of where we're at. He's about 8.5 months old now. Full on crawled for the first time yesterday. So I'm like, whew, look out world, we're in trouble. He is immobile. Those are the products I have to share with you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.